Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you all for coming into the Pink House. Thank you. Thank you. This Saturday morning, it's supposed to be a good. We're supposed to have good weather here. Um, Here. Oh my God, I'm so glad. But let me just tell you guys what we're going to be doing this morning. And thank you all for being in the Pink House and showing up. And let's try to show up and show out today for our. We have a one-on-one exclusive interview with Jazzie J for life, and she's one of our own. She's a content creator herself. Um, and I think everybody know her. All the other bloggers and content creators all know who Jazzie J is. So we're going to be talking. Let me make sure everybody can hear you. If you cannot hear me, put a 1 in the chat if you cannot hear me, so I can make sure everybody can hear me. Let me get my pen here. Let me get my pen so I can have something to write with. Okay. So I guess everybody can hear me because nobody put anything in the chat. Okay. If you all don't know, I'm talking. So, so I want everybody to make sure we can hear me before I pull Jazzie J up, because I want to go ahead and pull her up. And let me just say everything that I'm going to say this morning on this exclusive live. We can hear you. Okay, thank you. And I'm going to go ahead and drop the link for Jazzie to be coming up. Okay. And Jazzie, just give me you can come on up whenever you get ready, Jazzie. And I dropped the link. Okay. Now, if when I say one-on-one, Jazzie is going to tell us what's going on with her life, what's going on within her life. Basically, it's within her life, within. Okay. And I'm so glad to have everybody here. Shirley, Terry this morning, Debbie, and I know Debbie, she's going to be in and out this morning. I'm glad you're going to be in, at least listening to Debbie, because we may need some expertise from you as well. Good morning, Jay, for live.
Good morning.
How you
Yeah, we're
doing
gonna
this
need
morning?
them, Debbie.
Okay.
You
Okay.
know I love our Debbie.
Yes. Now let me just ask. So you're gonna just use your avatar this morning, or you're gonna be live? You're
I'm
gonna
just gonna use my avatar.
Okay, all right, that's fine with me. Okay, because I think everybody know who you are, and then they got a chance to see your picture on beautiful picture on the thumbnail. Beautiful picture. I love it. Okay. Now, guys, let me just say everything is allegedly. This is my opinion only. In this video that I'm making is for educational and entertainment purposes only. But it's really educational, guys. It really is. Because and I know a lot of you have probably got things like this going on in your life, and or have known someone that got this certain things that happening in your life, and so we want to be very sensitive to this, and we're get to the question and answer part later on after Jazzie tell her story. But I do want to say it's up to her whether she want to answer any questions from the chat. But I'm gonna once I am to give her the floor, I'm gonna get it start off, kick it off by letting her just answer a few questions for me, and basically I'm gonna give her the floor. But I will be there to help guide her through it. Okay. And we're gonna send all prayers. If you all can, send some prayer hearts up for Jazzie. Thank you. Just go ahead and send those prayer hearts up, and y'all make sure today we pray for her. Okay. Uh, Debbie, thank you for coming in. Greta Lee, thank you for coming in this morning too. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Now, I do want to mention
Okay,
that.
hold on. Before we get started, I'm not trying to cut you off. Uh, let's give Debbie a hand clap. Congratulations. We proud of her. And yeah, love you and Debbie. You got this. You got it. You go ahead on. I just had to try to
Okay.
get my
Okay.
nervousness out.
Aunt Debbie, Aunt, somebody got an echo going on. Aunt Debbie, if you can hear me and everybody in the chat. Oh, shoot. I forgot to put the thing on my arm. Wait. Because, wait, give me 1 second. Let me just call my
Okay.
husband and tell him
I'm
I
about to
need.
check my mic and make sure it's not me with
Okay,
the
go
echo.
ahead. Okay, let me just holler at him right.
In the chat, do y'all hear echo when I speak? If so, press one. I got nervous. If so, press one. If it's the
Okay, okay. Yeah, I still hear a little of an echo, Jazzy.
okay,
Yes,
I
I
don't have
do.
that. I don't have no other YouTubes up.
Okay, that's okay. It probably go away. Okay, I'm just waiting on my husband to come in to put the thing on my arm. Where where the thing went into my arm. I forgot. I took it off this morning to shower, and I need to have it on. But we're going to go ahead and get started because once he comes in and put that on, you all won't see him anyway. Mr. Pinkie. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Greta, no echo. You sound great. Thank you, Greta Lee. Now, let me just say this. Um, don't forget, we got a book club today. Come on in. We got a book club today at 11 o'clock. So we're going to be off in time for that book club. Yeah. Just in time for the book club. Okay, guys? That's with Black Titanic. All right, that's at 11 o'clock. You're going to start on we're starting on page 4 for Black Titanic book club. Okay, so let me just ask Jazzy. We had a short phone call yesterday. Okay, and you can, and I know we're going to talk a little about that, but can you tell me and tell everyone? Let me, thank you. Okay, I'm just getting the thing put back on my, around my lower, my wrist area. Okay, thank you. Okay, can you tell everybody why did you need to do why did you need to do this one-on-one? And can you just give us a little hint into your life without giving out too much? What happened? What transfer prior? Well, what transpired between when you was on my live that yesterday morning and until now? Because you was on
Okay.
my live yesterday morning.
I was on live. I took my daughter some lunch money to her school, so I don't like to talk and drive majority of the time. So I was just in the parking lot uh on live, and then when I got off the live, I started driving a little bit, about a block up. The live was ending. Y'all, I'm a little nervous this morning. My voice is cracking. So
You sound
I got
good.
this.
We don't
Okay,
know it.
so about a block up, the live ended. I got maybe 8 minutes away to this restaurant that I like. They soul food. My daughter called me on the phone and told me to come back up there that a teacher sexually harassed her and I'd have to turn back around.
Okay. Okay. And when you turn back around, I remember doing that live, you did say something about you dropping your daughter off and everything. You was talking, you was driving. I remember that.
Yeah.
You was driving and everything. And
Okay.
yes. And from that point, when your daughter called you and told you to, Mom, something happened at the school. Teacher did so sex or s,
Sexual harassed.
right? And then you turned back around.
Correct.
Did you at one point? I know you dropped off. The point
Okay, so
you
no,
dropped
so
off the
early in the
panel.
morning when we first got on live, I was dropping her off to school, and
Okay.
so I came back home. I came back home, and I left my purse home, so I came back home to get my purse to take her some lunch money because every Friday they have trucks, a
Right.
lot of trucks, a lot of things to eat. So I was going back up there to take her money. I dropped her money off, and I spoke to the vice principal about it was a positive. I just looked at him. I'm like, I just asked him because y'all know I've been worried about the airport.
Let me ask you a question before you spoke to. Once you dropped her off, you went into the school. Was there someone that greeted you at the school, or you was able to go straight to the principal's office?
Oh no, they had me in the office, and my daughter was sitting down. In the office they got a door.
Okay.
You
So
know,
your
they
daughter,
got
you
a
didn't
lot.
greet your daughter. No one greeted you at the door. Your daughter didn't come out or anything before you all was end up sitting down in the office.
No. So I came in there. I see my daughter, and I called her to me, and I asked her why didn't nobody call me from the school in a case like that. I said, "Who did you speak with?" She spoke to one teacher and a lady in the office.
Okay.
Nobody, and I thought it was weird. Nobody from the school notified me.
Okay. And so the first time that you heard about it is when your daughter called you.
Yeah.
No principal, no teacher, no nobody called you, not even a nurse to see about telling you what happened, and she's uh, nothing. Okay, and did
Correct.
they? And so when you spoke to the principal, did he come up to you and tell you to come into the office, or did you just how did y'all end up
Okay,
in
so
his
I
office?
asked the lady, my daughter told her that why was I called. So then she got on the walkie talkie. I'm nervous. She got on the walkie talkie and called the vice principal. I asked her why wasn't she called, why she just sitting there like what's been done. Uh and so they say, wait 1 minute. So the vice principal talked to me outside, and my daughter gave him the story. um Gave him the story and described the guy. My sister said she described light skinned with a bald head with hair, a little bit of hair in the
Mhm.
front. And my sister said receiving hairline.
Okay, okay. And the principal, and she didn't tell anybody else, but just called you. So no teachers or nothing knew
No,
about it.
yes, she did.
You
She
got
spoke with the teacher. The teacher sent her to the office, and she spoke with the lady in the office, and they gave her an incident report to fill out. And they just
okay,
had her sitting there in the office, just sitting there.
okay. And she was filling out an incendiary report, and then they didn't think is this is a situation that we need to call her mother.
Nope. And that's when I asked the question, and I guess, and I asked it, but okay, I'm be honest. So when I asked the question, I'm like, why nobody called me, and why is my daughter just sitting there? And so, but I did say that a little loud, and I
Yeah.
questioned the lady, but then I calmed myself down because I know what I'm dealing with and who I'm dealing with.
Okay, I can understand that. And all this transpired in the middle of you talking on your live. You was on my panel when, because I do remember you kept at one point you drop down, you drop off and come back, and I thought maybe something is wrong with your phone, or it was kicking you out, and you came back several times and everything.
Correct.
Yeah, and so I cannot believe that they didn't think to call you. Now, was that a teacher, or what position did that person hold? Do you know
The
it?
uh the guy, uh he was a teacher.
He was a teacher.
Correct.
Okay, and now how did how did it start? Was she walking down the hallway? Was the
Yeah, I
hallway
had just
closed?
dropped her off. I dropped her off to school, And then I came back home and got my purse, and I brought her some lunch money.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. You mentioned about the lunch money. And then when you left, did she come out to get the lunch money or you had to go into it and
But no,
take it?
I went inside the office, and because they not allowed to collect money, I went inside the office and they called her on the phone, and they let her come get the lunch money. At that time, I seen the vice principal, and he looked like he was in the army. I'm like, can I ask you something without offending you? And he was just like, yeah, go ahead. I'm like, were you in the army? He was like, Air Force. I'm like, oh, good,
Mhm.
good, good, good. So I spoke to him just a tiny bit, then I left.
Okay. And did they ever, because if there's a teacher in the school, and if a student describes something like that, or that person, or that incident that happened, or even that person, a lot of the principals should know what their teachers look like. If somebody described you, uh, and you work at a place, and they said the young lady that wears the blue hair, she got blue hair or purple hair, everybody would know, oh, that's Jazzie. You know what
Yes,
I mean?
that's what they
Uh,
do know that.
so if even if somebody described me, and I did something, and oh, that sounds like Pinkie. That's the teacher Pinkie, or that's our worker named Pinkie you're describing. That sounds like Pinkie. You know, it ain't like they're dealing with hundreds of in one building, hundreds of teachers in one building. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So
It,
a school only have so many teachers
yes,
and everything.
it was hallway 80.
Hallway 80. And I'm quite sure they can narrow that down and figure out
Well,
what
they
teacher.
got cameras all over the school.
Oh, so they can just pull up and pull it up and see, oh, that's the teacher.
Yes.
Did they ever say they was gonna have the teacher brought to a certain area so they can pull that teacher out of his classroom or whatever duties he do aside
They said that they was gonna do the investigation and give me a call.
do
They
an
was gonna check the
investigation?
cameras. They checked the cameras. They couldn't give me the teacher. They couldn't really give me no information. They were gonna check the cameras. Uh, at all times, it's a police officer at the school. His name is
Okay.
Officer Miller.
Okay. Did
So
they call the police officer in to the school for this incident?
correct, but not
Oh,
in
they.
front of me. Not in front of me.
Oh,
They say he
okay.
was dealing with somebody, and then Officer Miller called me.
Okay. At what point did they? From what? At what point did they notify officials like your PD, the Pope? You know, the.
Around my time, I'm in California, so Officer Miller called me about maybe 3 o'clock.
Okay, and 3 o'clock. Can you let me ask so everybody can get a picture of what you're saying? Yes, Debbie. We let's give hands for Debbie. She will be starting her own YouTube channel, and I'm sorry, Jesse. She will be starting her own YouTube channel, and everybody. Um, and we want to give all love and everything. And I know Debbie's going to be very successful at this. Okay. Yeah,
Okay,
I meant to mention it, but I got thrown off. So yes. Okay, let me see what Greta Lee said. She said 21 minutes into the chat, 11 watching, and 11 got job chat. Thank you. Everybody is hitting that like button coming in. All right, thank you. Now, let me just go ahead and ask you. So, can you describe the situation that happened between the incident that happened between your and when you uh what Greta Lee said. I do not like the idea the poll officer in the public schools in California or anywhere else. They do not do this in right. That is true because in the
okay.
schools kids
I
went to, they
think
didn't.
I like it because with all these school shootings going on, that's been going on throughout the years, and so my kids are from Louisiana, and they even got they be having police at all their schools too.
Okay.
So I
Well,
like the idea for that reason.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Now, also, okay, can you go ahead and give us a little description of how the incident or the incident occurred? What were
Okay.
your daughter walking down what was she doing? Walking down the hall, going back into the classroom, or what was going on?
Okay, I cannot. I know this your channel, but
Okay.
I said it was exclusive, so I haven't told everything, right? So
Okay.
I didn't tell
So,
you
but
everything. I
if
told you a little bit. So I'm gonna give y'all.
okay, let me just say this: if there's something that you cannot say, speak on because maybe
Oh
you
no,
have
I
to.
can. I can. I'm just gonna give y'all a long story short.
Okay.
About what's been going on. So I've been on YouTube for years, and the Love and Marriage Huntsville, this sector of YouTube for some months. So I'm gonna back it up. So a few months ago, my daughter was at her friend's house, broad daylight. I live in some apartments. Her best friend, stay across the street in some apartments. And so my daughter was coming home. This was in the summer. This was in May. So my daughter was coming. She was coming home, and some guys, car full of guys, snatched. They lived in one of the apartments in, over there. And so the three guys left, and one guy was there to watch my daughter. Basically, they threatened her like the human traffic. Um, my daughter got away. It was a tuggle between her and them. When I found my daughter at 2:07 in the morning, I'm looking for her like crazy. This is why I got an iPhone, so I'm looking for her like crazy. Me and PBE was texting. I didn't tell nobody everything was going on. And
Okay.
so I'm looking for. I found my daughter 2:07 in the morning with no clothes, and I barely could talk. And I remember finding her, screaming her name. She was hiding behind some bushes, and I kept looking for her. This was in May. And
Mhm.
so, make a long story short, so I found her, and was nervous. PB was texting, but I didn't tell everything was going on. Long story short, so I was on Chit Chat Live,
Mhm.
going through things. I just couldn't believe that this was my life and what's going on. And at this time, I was just ready to unalive, like I wouldn't, didn't want to be here, because it was too much.
Yeah.
It was just
Too
too much.
much.
And so I stood on the train tracks, and then I remember them praying, and I remember just talking about kids. It was nothing but God sent me to Chit Chat Live. And Debbie was talking. I remember LaDon saying, uh kids ain't like they used to be, and I got a nice Denali truck. So I said, you know what? On the train tracks, I kid y'all not. I said, I could leave. I didn't want to be here. I said I could leave my truck to somebody, my family. I left the truck. I stood there for about an hour, listened to Chit Chat Live, and I felt
Mhm.
like God sent me to Chit Chat Live, the support group there. And as soon as I drove off to make a U-turn to come back, to park my car at home, the train came by heck fast. And I just cried, cried, cried. And I remember LaDon saying, kids are, because my daughter was acting out. I was just going through, like,
Mhm.
depressed. I fought depression for about 2 years. All my life, I had a good life. Everything was good. As I thought I was the strongest person in the world, when this stuff happened, I became the weakest person, at
Oh.
that time. So, and then if you go on my YouTube, my no, my Instagram, you'll see the prayer that I
Yeah.
screen record and I posted on my page. So long story short, that was on Chit Chat. So, okay,
And let me just say, Chit, Chick Cat. Oh, Chit. Lord, I can't even say it. My mind is stuck. But let me just, it'll come back to me. Let me just ask you, say her name in just a minute. Jazzie J, readily want to know, how old is your daughter?
16.
She's 16 years old. All right. Thank you for answering that question. Um, and so you went on to Chit Chat into her channel. She was having a live, correct?
Correct.
All right. Thank you for answering that. Okay. Greta Lee said nothing but God saved you, Jazzy. And it is
Exactly.
Chit Chat. I could not, for some reason, it's early in the morning. I always told y'all when I'm still drinking coffee, it's hard for me to say things. I don't know what it is about certain words. I can't even think of them. But
And
anyway, go ahead,
so
Jesse.
all three of my kids are smart, and my youngest child, she's like the one that do everything I say, do no bad talking, nothing. So every now and then, I'm happy she expressed herself, because we was talking on your panel before, and a lot of people be silent about it. I was silent about it, but I taught my kids. Not only did I make sure they have an education, I taught them to speak up. So my kids got little streets, got conferences, got
Hmm.
books, and and so she just, she do good. Okay, so hold on, I'm getting lost. So
Okay, let me just
anyway,
ask you
so the
so I
police,
get
I called. Go ahead.
let me just ask you this, and also hopefully this helps. On your daughter, you said you at one point you went out looking for your daughter.
Correct.
Uh, Something happened with some young men,
Correct.
and you found her hiding behind the bushes. I think was
Yes,
it with
ma'am.
and she was unclothed. Her clothes was off her. And did she tell you, is this the same daughter that had the incident in school?
Correct.
Okay. So right now, was it this year that happened, this year of school
It was
year?
in May.
Okay, so May. So she's already dealing with a lot of stuff too, for that to happen to her, and then this happened to her, and that would make a young teenager anything. She and let her just know none of this is her fault. She a child can, because she's still a child, and in the eyes of everyone, she's still a child. She's just 16 years old. Um, Only thing I would say for let her know that this is not her fault. We cannot tell grown men or men, period, how to treat a child. They're gonna do what they want to do. If they're a good man with good character and everything, they're gonna treat that your daughter like she is 16, a child. They're gonna respect her and talk to her and treat her like a child. And men of authority, a teacher, that's a person of authority. They should help. And this is all allegedly. Who is this coming up? Okay. Thank you, In for Life, for coming up. Um, how you doing this morning?
Fine. How are you?
I can't hear you. Can you speak up?
Let me see. Let me turn my thing.
Wait now. Is it mine? Um,
Let me
No,
turn.
her voice is a little low.
Okay, let me
your voice
wait a minute.
is a little low. Turn your speaker up and everything.
Okay. Let me see.
No, we can't hear you.
You can't hear me.
Um,
Okay, just one moment. Let me.
okay. And
Now you should be able to hear me. Can you hear me
okay.
now?
I can barely hear you. It's like a little small peep of a hearing.
Can you
And
hear me
good
now?
morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can't hear you.
Okay.
Um,
Let me go
yeah.
out and come back in and
Which, can you hear what she said? Can
She said
anybody
she's
in?
gonna.
I can hear
She
you
said she's
guys.
gonna drop down and come back in.
Okay. When you drop down, I'm going to wait a little while for everybody to come back up because I'm going to help Jazzy to finish telling this. Then I'm going to bring anybody up that have questions. and you'll be the first one I bring back up. Just be looking, and thank to see you up this morning because I think you're in California, correct?
Yes, I
What
am.
did
I'm
she
right
say,
where
Jazzy?
Jassie's at. What I wanted to say
Yes.
was that I am in
Okay,
the
you
Black
want to say
Titanic
something to
book club.
Jazzy? Okay, go ahead. Jazzy, do you?
Yes, I'm in.
Okay.
Oh, just one moment, if I could. I'm
Maybe
gonna
it's
pop
my
out because I'm
phone.
gonna go to Black Titanic's book club. We're gonna
Yeah, that's
talk.
going to be at 11. That's going to be at 11 o'clock. We're going to go to her book club. I think it already started,
She's
right?
on there now.
Okay, she's on there now. Thank you for telling me. I forget. Okay, we're going to be going over to Black Titanic Book Club. Go ahead. We're going to be coming over there in just a little bit because
And I heard a little bit of Jazzie's story, and it's just heartbreaking hearing
it
what
is.
I just caught the tail end. But good morning, Jazzie. But did you had want the address for it? Who had wanted the address for their daughter at Lackland Air Force Base?
It was
That's
me.
Jess.
My daughter sent the group
It
text
was you.
yesterday. I got the address. God is good.
You got it.
Thank you.
Okay. And you also got a phone number. I got the address. Do you have the phone number unless something happens and you need to contact her?
I got the number to the base, but they don't
Can
give too much
you,
information.
before you go over, can you put it up at
Yes.
the top in the private chat? And that way, so Jazzy can get it.
Then you can see it. Yes,
Yeah, she'll
I'll
see
make
it in
sure
the
you get
private
that
chat.
information.
It's at the top.
It's not
Just
a number
can you
to
see the
call,
private
but it's a
chat?
number. Is that in community?
Wait,
It's what in
no, it's not
community
community. Let me just see.
Oh, it's where the link I click in Black Titanic.
Uh, mm,
under comments or no under chat.
yeah.
Under
Uh,
chat.
since
Oh, now I
since
see.
you're in the
Okay.
live, it's going to be in the chat. You go at the top. You see private. Do you see private?
Okay, I see chat. I click that.
Okay. Okay.
Then it says chat with everyone in the studio.
Oh, you're looking at it.
I'm
Is
looking
that
at
what
the
it
It should
says?
say comments or chat.
Right.
Let me see.
How do y'all see it when you got a private chat? Because I don't know. Oh, where did she go? 41 for life. Tell you what, it's since that's a public phone number anyway. Uh, uh, thank you, Shar, for coming in. Thank you, Shar. Shar Reality. Uh,
Thank you,
go ahead.
Jar.
Go ahead and put it in the private chat. Okay. Okay. Go ahead and put it. Thank you for coming back up. Can you go ahead and put it in the private chat or put it since that's a public phone number, right?
Yeah, you could put it anywhere and I'll screenshot it.
Jassy, do you know I got Jassy's you send it to me and I'll send it to Jassy. Send it to me by DM me 41 DM it to me and I'll send it to Jassy. Can you
I got it till I said thank you.
okay. I mean I'll just tell her if she didn't hear it, DM to okay. And okay, wait. Okay, 41 Fit, you there?
There I go. Did you hear me?
Okay,
Yeah, we can hear you.
now.
Yes, I have my ear set on. Now you can hear me. Did you see it? The phone number?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Is that where you want me to put it?
Oh yeah, that's fine.
That's
Okay, you
fine.
already
Okay.
got it?
I I'm new to this, so I'm still learning. I thank you ladies
Okay.
for taking the time with me. Okay.
No
You're
problem. Thank
welcome.
you.
You are welcome.
Okay.
And
I
and
appreciate it.
and also
Yes.
we're going to be getting off soon so we can come over to Black Titanic Book Club as well because
Okay.
I know it just started. I forget now because me and her used to be Central Standard Time together, but now she's 1 hour
Yeah.
ahead of me, and I have to keep
Yes.
remembering that. Yeah. And when
I
you
understand.
go over there, if you don't see us already in the chat, go ahead and just let her know that Pinkie the housewife is on her way.
Okay. And
Yeah,
Jazzy, are you coming? Or are you no?
Yes, I'll be there.
yeah,
You
she's
be there.
coming.
Okay. I'll let her know both of you are
Yeah,
on your
we're
way.
coming. Yes. All right. Thank
Okay.
you. I'm glad
Okay. I hope
I
that
would
helps.
tell I already got my book ready. And everybody
Okay,
don't
it's page
forget
bottom
40,
of page
40.
42. I heard her talking about. Yes.
Okay. So she's at 42 now. Okay. All right. We're
Yes.
going to be
Okay.
coming. Thank you so much.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
See you soon. Okay.
Okay.
Both
All
of
right.
you.
Bye-bye
Okay.
and
Bye bye.
bye. Okay.
Okay.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Okay. We're probably going to make this what we call a part one and a part two. Okay. And then, you know what I mean?
Yes, I can just kind of make a long story
Okay. Go ahead.
quick.
Okay.
So, um,
But
where
you
I
know what?
stopped at?
I don't want to rush you. And then
No,
it's
it's
okay.
okay. It's okay.
Okay. All right.
So chit chat life. I said I was waiting on the train tracks, and I just wasn't in the right space of mind. So I would just, come to YouTube um for like what is it? Just like for to take stuff off my mind.
Right.
And so okay, so that's what happened with that. So I made a police report. They came to the house. So the next day they came to my house, and they said it's okay. We go talk to your daughter at school. I say okay. They go talk to her at school. They want her, better to talk away from the parents and for her to identify the guy. So she told the police, and I'm gonna be respectful to your channel.
Okay.
She told the police that she gonna
And let's
analyze
say
it.
officer or something. Because I don't know whether they like that word, just say officer or the uh, popo or
Officer.
something.
Okay,
Right.
well she told the
Officer. Right.
officers that she was gonna analyze them or herself. They say, how you gonna do that? She say, my sister in the army, my auntie, my sister, in the army, she got this, that, and third.
Right.
And so they immediately took my child from me and put her in 5150. And that wasn't trying to
Wait
help.
now.
So yeah, at school. And so I jump in the car, and when you speeding on rush,
Right.
you hit every red light anyway. So I jumped in the car and I tried to get there. By the time I got there, my daughter was strapped up to the bed. That didn't help. That made it worse. Made it worse. And so with that being said, so that was that incident. So she's a very good child, always have been. But every now and then she acts out. So I kind of walk on eggshells because I understand her situation. And I know she's acting out for a reason,
Right.
but I'm telling my
Okay.
kids to speak up and express themselves. So basically yesterday, um,
Mm.
when when I got off the live, I had ran to the restaurant. I didn't even get that far. And they called me. So like I said, I asked the people in the office why they didn't notify me. And they immediately called the principal. The vice principal, he was a butt white,
Okay.
And so I didn't like the way he was
Okay.
like, basically, they got to do the investigation. They got cameras. They going to pull it up, yada, yada, smada. And so Officer Miller called me on the phone and say, come up here. We talked to the teacher. We know who he was. He did.
Right.
Okay, so my daughter told me that that the teacher said that she had fake eyelashes on. That her eyelashes, she pretty. He love her eyelashes and her hair, and that she needs to be a model. And like in the hallway, cause I just left the school giving her lunch money. In the hallway they have boys and girls bathroom, and he went to like try to grab her hand, and she took off
Right.
running screaming as I told her to do, be loud, make noise, fight back, don't be quiet, So the people, they was like, oh, we
Right.
got camera check. It was a misunderstanding. The teacher said they did say that, but he want to apologize to you and your daughter because he felt bad and it was taken out of context. He didn't want us to feel that way. So I go back up to the school and ran into the vice principal again. I'm like, I'm here. I thought he called me, but it was the principal and Officer Miller. He's like, no, that wasn't me called. I'm like, well, Officer Miller, I knew his name. Officer Miller came up
Right.
and, called me back up here and say the teacher want to apologize. He gave me an incident report right here. Uh, he gave me an incident report, which are,
Mhm.
and said that you cannot come up here. I don't know, nobody talked to you. They said that your daughter said she didn't know how the person looked. She wouldn't know if they knew if she seen them again, would she know 'em?
Right.
And he said that my daughter had a friend in that classroom. My daughter been in that classroom, a couple times. Basically all alike, because like I said in the beginning, my daughter described him about his hair being light skinned with the bald head with the hair around my sister say a receiving line. And
Right.
so, I was asking information about the videotape and can I see it? And the teacher, they didn't want to give me no information. So I I was going up to the school because I wanted to see how the guy looked.
Right.
I wanted to see how he looked. And so,
So you wanted to go up to the school and see how he looked. But at one point they called you and because he said he wanted to apologize, right? Jesse, are you still there?
oh
Uh,
yes, ma'am. I'm
okay.
sorry.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
he said
okay.
it was taken out of context.
Okay. Wait now, but he said he grabs her by the hand, takes
No,
her
he
hand.
said she was walking down the hallway heck fast. He was just trying to get her to slow down, like reach out to her, try to slow down. But that's not what he was doing. He was doing that by the bathroom and telling her she needs to be a model. He and complimenting her, telling her she pretty and he like her hair and her lashes.
So
He said that, and I'm like, so I talked to vice principal. He didn't let me speak to Officer Miller. He said, "Oh, Officer Miller is doing this investigation right now. He'll call you. He gonna call you, or you come back up here Monday and schedule appointment. You can't get." I said they just called me on the phone and said the teacher want to apologize. Well, it's been a mix up. He got to report. Basically, kicking me out because by this time, remind you, school is out.
wait
Uh,
now, that man does not. He have no reason to be grabbing her by the hand. He have no reason to be complimenting her that way because those compliments like that can be construed to be X way and a
yeah, and so
masculine tone. So
I
that's
said,
all
I told
inappropriate.
him, I said, under what profession? I said, I don't care if you a doctor, you a nurse, or whatever. I
Yeah,
said, we didn't live in this world. I said, they got women that cry rape. They got women that's really being raped. As
right.
a being a professional,
Oh,
I
you got
don't
to watch what you
care.
say, Jazzy. You can't say the word
Oh, sorry.
RAPE. Just
Okay, I
spell it
apologize.
out for R and things like that. Okay,
Okay, I
thank
said
you.
I said as a professional, that was, he said the apology, you called me up here talking about they busy. They tell me to come up here. And so what I did was he was being rude, just like basically like, you know, school is over with. Call back Monday, or we'll contact you Monday or Tuesday. So right there in
Mm-mm.
his face, I immediately dialed 911 and to press charges myself, and then Officer Miller come out, and then a vice principal come out because I was sitting in the parking lot waiting on the police, and so they came out.
Just say the popo. Say the
Oh,
popo or officer or the
officer,
officers or the anything.
yeah.
Uh,
See,
yeah, thank you.
uh, so then they act like they had a little sense to them. See, they was trying. Just my daughter calling.
Okay, go ahead and
They was
take it.
trying to sweep it underneath the rug and try to say like, "Oh, well, it was a mistake. He didn't mean it that way. Your daughter took it the wrong way. He want an apology." But then when I went up there, the vice principal was just like, "Oh, we didn't know." I said, "No, my daughter described him with the receiving line." So the school was trying to sweep it underneath the rug. I was going to call the
Were
police,
they trying to play it off?
and I called the police.
Because
Yes, I called police and the news report.
say the
And
popo or the
so Right. And the news stations. And so I
Right.
done that. So then Officer Miller come out. Can I say that? Officer Miller and the real principal come out. They was like, oh, then they gave me an actual report. They didn't want to give it to me. And I said I didn't want to deal with the vice principal no more. And they talked with they sense like he's not here. We can't give you his name. We can't give you footage of the camera. But I just want to let you know that we are doing the investigation. I did file a report. I don't know what to say. What I could say. I did file.
PP report. You just filed a P report or
Yes,
a
and we're
report
taking
with
that.
the
We gotta follow the steps. And so I talked to them. I
yeah.
said, the vice principal act like he don't care, and kicked me out the office twice today. And I said, uh, Officer Miller called me, and he said I did call you, and it was just like basically saying it was a misunderstanding, and they working on it. They doing this, they doing that. But what made them move is when I dialed the number right in front of them and told the operator what happened. And so I said, I don't want to I said, that's my child. And I'm afraid for her safety. I want to do this. And then, because it's Friday and it was going on 4 something in the afternoon. School was out. So, and then I don't trust my daughter going to school here. And then I want to report, can I say report? And then I want a restraining order. Can I say that?
Yeah.
Okay, restraining order. I said because that's not right. I said that's my child. I said under no circumstances he should have complimented her. Period. And to
Mm-mm.
grab her when she running down the hallway from him and making that noise is for a reason. I said y'all trying to cover up. Don't know we doing our
That is.
we doing our job. But see, the vice president trying to cover up. I think they thought I was just average, didn't know nothing or don't have no connections. But see, when I made that call in front of them, then they act like they want to help me. Then they came out, and so that's what happened on that. And so I was kind of sad and down, kind of yesterday. But I like to see women support women. I love good news. And just so happened I went and Queen Sheba live. I still ain't been asleep, y'all. My nerves been bad, my heart been racing, I've been shaking, and it
I'm
just
so
like
sorry.
again, like, and since that happened, I'll be honest, my daughter's not the same. She is, she act out sometimes. So I walk her
Right. She's
eggshells,
right.
you know.
And because she's still a child. So of course she may act out because I'm not a psychiatrist or a doctor or anything, but that takes a toll on anybody. Even if you're a grown up, that still would be something that's that's that you're working through. She's working it through in her way. And everybody have a certain way to work things through, and that is probably just terrifying for her, saying that she's been in a situation like this or similar situations with all in a couple months time frame
Yeah,
dealing
and
with.
it's so bad because but I think it was Monday an incident happened with her best friend with the coach at the school, and he actually went through with it. And so out here, when you uh press, I don't know if I can say press, file, or
Yeah,
they
let's try
notify
not to
you.
mention her best friend because I don't
Yeah,
know who can
they
hear this.
notify. But listen, so they notify you when the person getting out of incarceration. I don't know if I could say, so
Oh,
they
okay.
notify you. And so I'm ready to ride because I'm ready to ride for my daughter. I don't even know who the people is. I'm riding around, I'm ready to ride for my daughter friend. I
Mhm.
just said Monday, I was so mad. I said, I wish a motherfucker, I said, I wish, I said
Okay.
these schools be this predator and they let that stuff go and they sweep it underneath the rug. It is not, it's not fair.
Right.
And
It
sure enough, it's a nasty world, some nasty men out there, and it's just disgusting.
it
It's
is.
disgusting, and that's what
We got
it
them
is.
out there, and we recently just got to talking all this week about some of them. Just uh, you know, with the Ernesto case. You know, we just got through talking about this week how what he did to young girls and then women, period, females, period. So I understand what you're talking about,
Yeah,
but
so
I
you know,
think she's traumatized. Like
very.
Brother, she's
And
traumatized.
I had been dealing with depression. My mother told me you had a nervous breakdown. You're gonna be walking around here nutty as a fruitcake if you don't get together. Hearing that from my mom, I snapped out of it. So, I fought depression and just I
Right.
go to uh yours, chit chat, and trending, and short too. I go to certain products. I don't really like the YouTube drama.
Right.
Certain products to kind of keep my mind off of stuff. But with how I beat depression was, I just opened the Bible and started reading Exodus. Well, me and my sister together started reading Exodus, and it was no more depression. And I been doing good upon till yesterday. But then I
Right.
heard some good news from Queen Sheba. So, women supporting each other, all of that, that
Right.
just made me feel good.
Right.
And, God got me, and I know He got my child. And I
Yes.
know, but either way it go, what bothered me the most for him to want to apologize and say he said it, it was taken out of context. He shouldn't have said nothing like that.
Right, right.
Period,
That
point
was
blank.
very inappropriate. No teacher
Yeah.
should be telling a young lady anything like that. I don't care what age she is in the school, because he's a person that the students look up to as an authority. So
And,
he's
you
crossing
know,
the lines with that.
absolutely. And, my daughter just got a scholarship from this school. Uh, Last week she got a scholarship. She doing so good here, but I don't even trust it. I don't even trust it. She loved the school. Like
Right,
she loved the school, but something got to be done. Something gonna be done because it's not fair for uh him to be walking around in the school trying to sweep it underneath the rug to say it was a. Why should he have to apologize? He should have did it.
right,
He need to be firing out that school
right.
and like that.
Okay. Yeah. I understand, and I'm sorry that that happened to you, and everything. And the fact that you, I think you mentioned that you had filed a report and everything. And did they say what's going to be going on with that report? Are they going to be keeping you updated, or what? Or do you all need
Well,
to
it
get
it
into the
takes it,
popo
ta-
office?
it takes uh it takes 3 to 5 business days to get in the system.
Okay.
And
Three-
so, it's kind of like with the school, they try and sweep it up. It's kind of like hearsay. They got to do investigation. But then the school going to go back first. They said they got cameras. And I know they got cameras because as soon as I walked in the office, you can see my
Mhm.
wig, my blue and purple hair, those blue, pink, and purple, whatever. But I know they got cameras and they already admitted to it. So all of a sudden yesterday, oh, we don't have, like, when I made the report, asked
Yes,
when I
they
made
should
the report,
keep
I
that
asked them,
teacher
can
away
I
from your
give
daughter.
them the footage of what happened in
Right.
the hallway? They
Right.
say they don't have cameras in that hallway. They don't have cameras all over, just in the office and in the classrooms, not the they just lied, trying to sleep underneath the
Right.
rug. They didn't even want to give the people I called the footage or nothing like that. They lied
Okay.
again.
Yeah, and that what they're probably trying to do is cover their butt. That's allegedly, but in my opinion, I think they're trying to cover their butt.
Yeah,
That's
they trying to protect
because
the teachers.
this is bad for them. This is bad, and a lot of times they'll do that. And then when dark skinned people come in there, we're treated differently on something like this. We're not treated the same. They'll sit there and lie to us right in our face, and then sell another lie on top of that, because that's what they do. But I'm just saying that's my opinion on it. But I am so glad that you're telling the story of what happened. So because we don't want this to be covered up. We don't want them to take this and just slide it under the rug, or just say, do what they normally would do when they say dark skinned people. And
Yes.
the person, the teacher, was that person a clear skinned person, dark skinned person? Do you know?
He was African American and light skinned.
Okay. Okay. But still, that's one of their own, and they're trying to cover their butts, whether
Yeah.
they keep him there or not. But they're trying to cover their butt.
When my daughter first told the teacher and the teacher sent her to the office, the school should have notified me immediately.
Okay, yeah, that's yes, immediately. That's why I was wondering when who notified you and when. That shouldn't. They supposed to be notified you right away,
My
and
daughter
they
notified me, and I asked the lady when my daughter told her this, why wasn't nothing done, and why is my daughter still sitting there, and why did nobody call me? And
right,
so that's when they got, called. But I know to watch my tone and not just go. I don't want. I'm not going to be the angry black woman. I got common sense. But then I calmed myself down because I knew what I was dealing with, and so I had to put my professional hat on.
right. I loved how you said you knew what you was dealing with, and you didn't want to them say that thing that they always say. You're the angry, dark skinned person. But when it's dealing with our children, we have a right to be angry. Every other color person can be angry, but God forbid one of us be angry, you know.
Yes,
And I'm so glad that you're coming here and telling your story about what happened with your daughter. And this was just yesterday, Chad. This incident happened just yesterday while Jazzie was on my live yesterday. I remember her kept dropping in and out at some time. And then I remember when I got off my live, you said that you called me to tell me about what was going on. That was later on during the day, but I could tell you was really upset. And for some, due to my phone wouldn't let me make any phone calls going out to you or Debbie.
Aunt Debbie really showed me a lot of love yesterday, last night, because I know I haven't been asleep yet. My nerve.
Your nerve.
Is that Debbie that check? Can she come? Can you let her out, please, if you can?
Oh,
But yeah,
oh,
she was another support system as when
okay.
I go through
Aunt
some
Debbie is in the chat. You can come up, Aunt Debbie, if you're in the
uh
chat. Because
uh
don't forget, uh,
look like Titanic.
yes,
Yeah.
if Debbie is in the chat. You can come up, Debbie.
Yeah, I just want to say this. I battled with depression to where I just didn't even want to. But I want to say this, and I'm not a social media person. Like the pictures you see on Instagram, that's like years and years old. I don't post
Okay.
stuff, but I thank God for certain content creators. The ones that I named, like Trend and PBE, and Debbie, we could call her a content creator. You allow me on your platform, and for the people like Shar, they just speaking, and don't have nobody on their platform, but it's like what is I want to say? It's like a place where you could just relax your mind and just kind of,
Right.
And I thank God for that because that has really helped me through it
Right. And
all.
I'm so glad she was there for you. And I'm just so sorry I wasn't able I tried and tried to call you, but my phone, for some reason, it would not let me call you because it kept telling me someone, I need to have one of y'all, one of us to hang up. And that's why I kept sending these texts out.
Yeah.
And I don't think did you get any texts saying to hang up
Yes.
when you're
I
in?
see me and Debbie was on the phone when and Debbie said we're gonna hang up and try to let you but yeah, I thank y'all and I appreciate the content supporters. Trend chat don't even know, have no idea. And Debbie know I gave her a backstory last night and this morning. Um Trend and PBE at night with my daughter, when I found her at 2 7 in the morning, like Trend, and I just really thanked because I didn't speak what was going on. I told, you know, a little something, but I never told the story of what happened. So I just really appreciate God.
Okay.
I feel like God just sent me here. So I just really appreciate y'all.
Right.
And that's it.
Okay. Go ahead. Go ahead, Debbie.
Good morning, ladies. Good
Uh,
morning, Chad.
good morning. Good morning,
Good morning.
Debbie.
Oh, good morning, Chad. I ain't seen the chat in a minute. Good morning, Chad.
This is the time we just have to wrap our arms around Jazzy and show us some
Yes,
love. You know what I'm saying?
yes, we
You
do.
know, um, it's unfortunate that happened, but right now you just have to watch and love on your child,
Right.
and be
Yes,
there for, and y'all be there for each other, and come Monday,
yes,
go to the school and see what's going on, you know.
Absolutely.
right.
And I'm pretty sure they have some answers for you. They can't sweep it under the rug. They
Uh-uh.
gonna have to talk about it. So just be prepared, be prayerful, and just love on one another. And you know
Yes,
that I send my love and I send you virtual hugs. I love you. And if
Thank you. Love
we
you
have to
too.
love you through this
yes.
process, that's what
Man.
we'll do.
Thank you, Debbie, for coming out. And before we end this live, and if we have to do a part two, because I think as things develop on Monday, when you hear things from next develop Monday, when they say the school, because they wanted to shut it down because school was closed or closing, we would love to bring you up for a part two of the exclusive to see what went on from there. And then you can tell us also how your daughter took, how she's doing over the weekend with all this and everything. And I would say write things down when people call you, write the time in there and ask them for their name, right? And where they're calling from. So that way you got a ledger, because those things are good to use if you ever have to go the court or anything. The fact that you got it written down that I talked to so and so on this date, that was on a Sunday or Monday, the one this time they called me, and and you can just put a little under it what the conversation was about. Just find you
Oh
something
yeah,
just
thank
to
you,
write
ma'am.
down.
I've been thank you, ma'am. I've been nice notes and jotting down everything already, time and everything.
Right,
I
perfect,
never been
perfect.
through this before with the school, but I've been through stuff in life where I knew to have my cross my T's and dot my I's.
Perfect, perfect. And is there anyone that want to say a quick prayer? Because so that way we can go over to Black Titanic. Everything is still going on, so we can go ahead and make sure you got your book as well. Oh, can you see it now? Yes. And Jazzy, we're going to be keeping up with Jazzy over the whole weekend with her and what's going on with the situation with her daughter. And then we may have to do a second exclusive part two of her. Keep that way. She it helps Jesse by getting it all up because she's being able to talk and get the love and support from not just being on the panel and Debbie and myself, but also from you all in the chat as well. And then all the other content creators.
And can
And
I say this? And I'm not
yes,
trying
go
to
ahead.
cut you off. What really helped me, and you absolutely right, because I have suffered from depression, and depression is gone, y'all. I beat depression, but my family worry about me going back where I was, and I'm never
Okay.
going back there. So me being able to talk, and only got a handful of content creators I like. I would not say that. Let me not say that. But me being able to come on panels or talk or even just listen to stuff, it really helped because I can't vent to my family because they be, I
Right.
make them
They
have
need
nerve
you.
breakdown worried about me.
Right. They need you. So this is your outlet. And Debbie,
Amen.
uh, Greta Lee wants to make sure you put the name of your YouTube channel down in the chat before you leave. Okay.
Okay. Right now I don't have a name for it because I'm just starting out.
You starting out.
But it
Okay.
will be a AA channel.
Okay. Greta Lee, she don't have a name. Anybody in the chat? She doesn't have the name yet. She's going to think over it over the weekend and over the next couple of days. And but it will be in reference to AA. Okay. So it's gonna, and we're all gonna make sure we go over and support her and help her with anything that she know that I'm here to help out. Yes, we're gonna make sure. And Queen Sheba is gonna be she's gonna be working with her, making sure she get off to a great start. And if she got Queen Sheba in her corner, and also we want to thank Queen Sheba for everything that she did for Debbie when
Absolutely. Absolutely.
told
Yeah.
her, about giving the money from her live that she her cash apps and everything and super stickers, so Debbie can get her YouTube channel off and running, off the ground for her equipment.
Gonna mentor her all the way through, and only Debbie right now. That's what I'm
Right,
talking about. That gave
right.
me,
Only
it
Debbie.
made me feel so good to see that, because I was sad, and Debbie, I was so down and heart racing and shaking. I just love to see that. I'm done
Okay.
talking.
All right. Thank you, guys. Now, let me just say congratulations, Debbie, from Stacy and
Thank
Jazzy.
you.
Okay. And everybody, we're going to make sure you all send some prayers up for Jazzy starting from today and until you can hear or see her again. And make sure when you do see her again, ask her how she's doing. When you see her in the chat, ask her, are you feeling okay? Is there anything that, if you got some positive words, send positive words through the chat for.
Just
Send prayer.
pray for me. I probably won't be participating in the chat because sometimes I got this iPhone. Sometimes I don't be feel like texting all that stuff. I don't know how to work iPhone yet.
Okay. And if you do see her, she's probably going to just pop up on mine. Okay. Thank you, Jazzy, for coming out with your heartwarming story about what transpired yesterday. And we do thank Debbie for being there for you as well. And thank you. And do you have
Thank
any
you.
last words before we all, and everybody in the chat? I'm not going to do a roll call leaving out because we're going to go ahead over to Black Titanic's channel. Okay. We're going to all head over there. Okay. Do you have any last words, Jazzy?
God bless everybody. Love y'all. Keep me in your
Okay.
prayer and my daughter. That's it. My
Okay. We
kids.
will. We
Amen.
will. All right. Thank you. What about you, Debbie? Any last words?
You know, just keep Jazzy and her family lifted up. And
Okay.
Jazzy, just stay encouraged. God got you through this. This
Amen.
too shall pass.
Amen.
Right. All right, guys. Thank you, Jazzy. And we're going to make sure we stay on top of this story for you and make sure that it gets the proper due that it's due. Okay. Because we're not going to let them sweep this up under the rug or pretend like it didn't happen because they're dealing with a brown skin
I'm not
victim.
accepting no apology.
N-
Thank you.
No. Okay. Thank you, Jazzy. Okay. Now I'll see y'all over at Black Titanic.
All right,
Yes,
bye,
ma'am.
ladies.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye. Love you guys. And Jesse, I'll be talking to you later today. Okay. Bye-bye, guys. Y'all have a wonderful day.